Okay. So, hi everyone, welcome to another podcast. And today I have a very special guest with me, and she is Sume. Sume is just 12 years old, and I found her on Twitter. And trust me, she has a lot more things to share, as well as she can give her insights that what made her start her programming career in a very early age. And she has been doing a lot of wonderful things, so we will, without wasting any time, we will ask Sume about it. So hi Sume, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Pawan. Thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure to be here.
Awesome. So Sume, before I start, I just want to ask you first question, like will be very simple. Tell me what's what you have been doing, and starting from your age as well, because a lot of people will think that I am just kidding, but it's actually, if they are watching it right now, they can see that what I'm saying is actually correct. And yeah, so tell us a little about yourself and what you do.
So I'm Sume and I'm 12 years old, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of WEquil.School, which is a project-based, self-directed virtual learning platform where kids take their unique strengths and interests to create projects to share with the world. And so currently, what I'm mostly working on is trying to scale our solution and and put it into a Flutter web app.
Awesome.
Um,
So your main area of interest is Flutter. Is that correct?
yeah, and but it's also just how can we take, because a lot of what we're doing is manual, and so automating it and scaling it so we can reach more kids and to help them take what they're interested in and actually share it with the world, because we find that that gets them really excited, and when they're actually sharing it with people, and then they're getting feedback, and then they're improving on what they're doing.
Awesome. So so you are 12 years old, right?
Yeah.
And like I don't know, like when I was 12, I don't even remember what I was doing when I was 12. But yeah, I'm very much sure that I was not doing anything creative at all. I was just playing somewhere. So I just want to know, like, how did you thought about, starting programming, or like what made you start programming, or what's about the academic stuff which you are doing along with it?
Well, I first started programming in Scratch, I think when I was 7. And then my parents wanted me to try was introducing me to some new programming language, and so the first one I really started getting into was Python, and I started a code academy, and I was teaching other kids, mostly Isla's friends, who's my sister, and how to do Python. And so then we started. Our family has always been doing a lot of startups, so we had a startup called We Grow Me, and we were trying to build an app. So Wei Jiang, our CTO, started learning Flutter and building out an app, and so when I started picking up some things from him, but when we started with WEquil.School, I started digging more into Flutter and looking on YouTube and learning Flutter and that. And when I looked at your channel, I was like, I've actually used some of these videos to help teach myself Flutter. So,
That's
mhm.
pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. So so that means that you have been doing programming for some years now, like maybe Python, something else. So how has been like this particular journey, how it's been so far? Like, are you enjoying programming, or you feel that there is like something which you don't like, something like that?
Yeah, I think with programming, it's really cool because you can scale your solution with pretty much nothing. Like you just go on your computer, write a few lines of
Mhm.
code, and then you can try to build a solution to make the world a better place. And it doesn't really you don't have to have that much to start getting into it and learning Flutter, for example. And I think it's just a very valuable tool to try to help help take your ideas and actually create something. And so that, I think that's just been really exciting for me to just see how that can just come together. Um, yeah, I mean, in terms of things that I don't like, I think there's some things that are hard, like debugging, but it's all part of the process.
Yes, exactly. So, what about your schooling? Like, are you studying somewhere, or it's just that you are just now totally into programming and you don't care about the schooling at all?
Well, what I'm doing right now, I'm homeschooled, and I think the reason
Okay.
why we started homeschooling was so we could kind of keep was to
Hmm.
keep doing what we're doing. And and I think I really like doing that because I can, for example, I can just get done with learning math, and I can try to do that as effectively as possible. And then once I'm done, I still have a lot of the day left, so I can start doing programming, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. And I
Yes.
learn in we the virtual school, I it's like you're learning about things that you're passionate about. So in terms of writing, like I'll just take something that I'm interested in, and then I'll like write an article about it, and that helps me learn about whatever I am learning about. And and I can just write about it. For example, 3D printing, which is a new technology for additive manufacturing. We got a couple 3D printers, and I was really interested in it and playing around with it. And so I wrote a bunch of articles about it. And not only that, but I was really excited about what I was doing because it was my interest, which helped me learn even faster. Which is one of the principles of the virtual school we're starting, is like if you're interested in something and you're learning about it, you're going to be learning a lot faster. So in terms of, I think, schooling, we have a very unique approach. But it's a lot about like how can you not only just learn, but learn how to learn. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Awesome, amazing. I mean, that's something which I definitely never thought about when I was 12. That's something which you are doing awesomely well. So I mean, it's like when you are like when you are going to school, probably even if you are like doing homeschool or something. Then also it's kind of very difficult to maintain that balance, right? That you have to like distribute your time properly so that you can focus on like the extra things which you want to do and the curriculum stuff which you have to follow, right? So do you find it difficult, or you feel that, oh, it's like a part of it, so I don't like really think that it's different from what I do?
Well, I think one of the things is you're learning through the things that you want to do. And in terms of kind of balancing just learning things like math, it's
Hmm.
also a lot of what we do at WEquil.School is teaching to problems, not tools. So, for example, let's say I learn a math concept, I'll be thinking about like how can I
Hmm.
actually use this maybe in my coding? Like how can I, maybe
Yeah.
if we have something where like we want to measure how good a student is doing, that might require some math and taking a bunch of different factors and calculating like a score perhaps. And so I guess with using that, it's like I don't I think trying to mix them together and not really
Hmm.
considering them as separate things. And so I feel like I'm learning 10 times faster because I'm actually doing real things with
Yeah.
what I'm learning, because I retain it a lot better. It's not like, okay, well, I know how to do this math concept, but I haven't actually tried using it. But it's actually like I know this, but I also know how I actually applied it in my Flutter app, for example.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, I'll be like sharing this thing with you that when I was like studying maths or physics and all these subjects, the first question which always, used to disturb me was like where I am using it, right? Like why I'm even studying it, because I didn't know, like, when I can use it and what is the usage of it in real life, right? But now when it came to this particular industry that I have been doing programming, I have to use a lot of maths logic sometimes, and sometimes even I have to, like go back and study most of the things because I don't remember now. So that's pretty awesome that you have realized it very soon, that this can be really helpful for you, and as you mentioned that it is helping you, like, in maybe learning 10 times faster than how others would be learning at the same time. So tell me, which is your favorite subject as of now? Is it maths?
I think it kind of changes over time because it's a lot of what we is like we have a bunch of demo days where
Hmm.
students learn about certain topics, and a lot of it is to kind of expand what they know, because a lot of the time they would come in, we would ask them what they were interested in, and they would be like
Yeah.
Minecraft, and a lot of it's because they don't they because they don't really know enough about the world to know what they're interested in.